Good morning. I'm Jack Chang. Welcome to the 2018 IPAC press conference show. It is my great pleasure and privilege to have Honorable Mr. Jim McDonnell, who is running for the re-election of LA County Sheriff. Mr. McDonnell,
thank you, Jack,
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you. 2 years into the 2016 presidential election, the partisan confrontation has never been so fierce, both in federal and state levels. Many say that this election, midterm election, is one of the most important and significant election in the history of the political life. Right. To that, what do you say, Mr. McDonnell?
You know, it is certainly, I think, every significant election across the country is being very closely watched. The election I'm involved in is a nonpartisan race, although my opponent is trying to make it a partisan race. My belief, I'm neither a Republican or a Democrat, I'm an independent, and I think that's a good place for a police officer or a sheriff to be able to be there for everybody. When I look at the importance of this election for LA County, the safety and security of almost 11 million people rests with the leadership team we have throughout the county. I have been blessed in that I have had 29 years of experience with the Los Angeles Police Department, 5 years as chief of Long Beach, and now 4 years as sheriff. So I have the network throughout the county and throughout the nation to be able to reach out and get whatever help we need, to be able to bounce ideas off other people, and to be able to share the things we're doing well with others as, also. And so when I look at how important this election is, I can only ask the viewing public to take a close look at this race, please. And I'm honored to have IPAC's endorsement and support. And I look at what we've been able to do within the organization in my first 4 years. We've turned around an organization that had an awful lot of troubles, and we are now looked upon by many agencies across America as a model, particularly as it relates to human trafficking and counterterrorism and other of the functions that we do. The next 4 years, I want to be able to build on that, but also openly embrace the community. Last night we kicked off our advisory groups throughout the county, and we will have strong representation from the Asian American community in the San Gabriel Valley on that. So an opportunity to increase the dialogue, be able to capture people's concerns, priorities, and suggestions, and be able to work together to help solve and address our public safety issues.
Thank you, Mr. McDonnell. Compared with your opponent, what do you think that are the qualities, qualifications, and experience that make you different from your opponent?
Yeah, my opponent had 32 years with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, rising to the rank of lieutenant. Lieutenant is 6 levels down from the rank of sheriff. I made lieutenant 25 years ago. When I look at what I've been able to obtain for experience in the last 25 years, I could not be the sheriff today that I am without that quarter century of experience. He doesn't have that. He oversaw, and he's retired, but he oversaw in his last assignment at Pico Rivera on a busy day, 18 employees. Our organization is 18,000, and so while his job was important, it's a totally different job than being that of sheriff. He has no budget experience. We have a $3.3 billion budget, and so to go in and start learning on day one is not fair to himself, not fair to the LASD, or fair to the, more importantly, the community members that we serve throughout the county.
Thank you. To the audience in front of the TV and to the viewers on internet,
right.
Can you tell them what cities, what areas, districts that this election covers with regard to the election of LA County Sheriff?
Sure, no, thank you for that question, because a lot of people are unsure. They think, well, we have a police department in my city, so I don't vote for sheriff, and that's not right. Everybody who lives in the county of Los Angeles, regardless of which city, there's 88 cities in the county, every county gets to vote for sheriff. So I would ask everybody to go through the whole ballot, make sure that they find the sheriff spot, and I would ask for their endorsement for Jim McDonnell for re-election for sheriff.
Thank you, Jim. If you are elected, what would you bring to the LA County Sheriff, policy-wise, security-wise, safety-wise?
Well, we'd build on what we've already begun. Certainly, we had major issues in the jail, which is why I was brought into the organization. We have essentially turned that around dramatically. The people who oversee what we do there have said we see a sea change in the last 4 years in the jail with regard to how we treat inmates. There were major issues with that issue prior to my coming in. And so we put together a great team, a great management team. So as we move forward, we'll be able to provide leadership on counterterrorism, on human trafficking, on so many different things that are important to everybody in our communities. I know we've been hit pretty hard with knock-knock burglars throughout the San Gabriel Valley over the last couple of years. That is down dramatically. We focused on it, and we have made dozens of arrests, and some of those individuals are doing significant time in prison for what they've been able to put the case together. So when I look at our ability to be able to serve the communities throughout the county, it's really by sitting down, having an open dialogue to be able to see what each other's concerns are, and truly to ask for help. You look across this nation, there's about 900,000 police officers serving 325 million people. That's 1/3 of 1% are responsible for the safety and security of everybody else. Way too small a percentage to be able to do it the way it needs to be done. But working with members of the community to be our eyes and ears, to be able to tell us what their concerns are, to be able to call in when they see something that looks suspicious or just not right. We'll roll out there, we'll check it out, and if nothing's going on, we can apologize to the person for stopping them, but otherwise we may be able to stop a crime in progress or about to happen.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Yeah.
And it's quite an encouraging message, and I wish you the best. May
you,
God
Jack.
bless you in the coming election.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank
very
you for
much.
coming.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
sir.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank you.